There is a mighty truth that you must learn today. Your word is your wand. But more than a wand, your word is your wallet. Many people wonder why they are kept in the fog of lack. They work hard, they try, but they speak of poverty every single day. You cannot speak of lack and expect abundance to find you. It is a spiritual law. Imagine your words are like invisible coins. Every time you say, "I cannot afford this," or "This is too expensive," you are spending your coins on poverty. You are buying failure. You are telling the universe that you desire to be small. But the millionaire spirit, it speaks a different language. To speak like a millionaire is to speak with faith. It does not mean you spend money you do not have. No, it means you acknowledge the infinite supply. When you look at a bill, do not say, "I am afraid." Instead, you must say, "I give thanks for the immediate supply to pay this obligation." Your subconscious mind is a faithful servant. It has no sense of humor. If you say, "I am broke," it will stamp that command upon your life. It will rush to make sure that you stay broke. You must stop this now. You must watch your words with the vigilance of a guard at the gate. Do not joke about misfortune. Do not tell stories of hard times. When you speak, speak only of success. Speak only of health. Speak only of prosperity. Say to yourself, "My supply is endless, and it comes to me from every direction." When you change your words, you change your mind. When you change your mind, the walls of lack fall down. Your word is your wallet. So, gratitude and fill it with power. And we must look deeply into the mystery of the spoken word. There is a great law hidden in plain sight. It is the law of exchange. Most people believe that they buy their life with paper money, or with gold, or with credit. But this is the illusion. The truth is, you buy your life with your words. Imagine, if you will, that your mouth is a mint. It is a factory that strikes coins every single moment you are awake. Every sentence you speak is a transaction. Now, ask yourself this. What are you buying when you wake up in the morning, and you say with a heavy sigh, "I am so tired, I dread this day"? You have just taken a coin of power, and you have purchased fatigue. You have paid for a difficult day. The universe says, "Sold," to the man who speaks of weariness. And when you walk past a shop window, and you see something beautiful, something that stirs your heart, do you clutch your wallet and whisper, "I can never afford that"? If you do, you have just signed a check, payable to lack. You have invested your spiritual energy into the belief of poverty, and because you have paid for it with your own word, it must be delivered to you. This is why so many good people remain poor. They are not poor because of the economy. They are not poor because of bad luck. They are poor because they are spendthrifts. With their negative words, they squander their power on complaints. They waste their fortune on idle gossip about how hard times are. The person with the millionaire spirit, the one who knows the truth, acts differently. They know that words are expensive. They would not dare to spend a single word on failure.
It costs too much.
To speak of failure is to invite it to dinner. To speak of sickness is to pay for the doctor's bill before you are even ill. So, you must become a wise merchant. You must look at your words as precious jewels. Before you speak, stop. Think. Ask yourself, do I want to buy what I am about to say? If you do not want the situation, do not speak the word. Start today to spend your coins on opulence. Spend your words on victory. When you speak, you are planting a seed in the garden of the subconscious. If you plant a nettle, you cannot expect to harvest a rose. Your word is the only real currency you have. It goes out, and it does not return void. It returns to you, laden with the experience you ordered. So, if your word is your wallet, make sure it is filled with the gold of faith and the silver of thanksgiving. Do not be a beggar with a mouth full of complaints. Be a king, be a queen, with a decree of abundance upon your lips. We come to a stumbling block where many travelers fall. It is the misunderstanding of the law of correspondence. You may ask, why do my prayers go unanswered? Why do my affirmations seem to hit a wall? The answer is simple, but it is sharp. You cannot go north by walking south. You cannot plant a cactus and expect to harvest a rose. And yet, this is exactly what the average person tries to do every single day. There is a rule as old as the mountains. As within, so without. You see, the world around you, the money in your bank, the clothes in your closet, the opportunities that knock on your door, they are nothing more than a reflection. They are an echo of your dominant vibration. If you stand before a mirror and your face is sad, you cannot force the reflection to smile. You cannot shout at the mirror, "Smile now." The mirror is helpless. It can only show you what you are presenting to it. So many people ask for wealth. They sit in the silence and they visualize gold, but then they stand up, they walk out the door, and the moment they see a bill or a price tag, they shrink. Their internal conversation shifts immediately back to poverty. They say to their friends, "Times are so hard." They say to their spouse, "We will never get ahead." Do you see the error? They are a house divided against itself. In their prayers, they are millionaires. But in their conversation, they are paupers. And the universe, which is a mathematical precision, looks at this confusion and says, "I cannot deliver the goods, because there is no clear address. You must align your speech with your desire. If you are asking for success, you must speak as if success is already your house guest. You must prepare for it. You cannot ask for a ship to come in if you have not built a harbor to receive it. To speak like a millionaire means your casual conversation must match your greatest prayers. When you are simply walking down the street, what are you saying to yourself? Are you criticizing? Are you worrying? If you are pushing your good away with both hands. You must create an atmosphere of prosperity in your mind. Even if your pockets are empty, your words must be full. You must walk with the dignity of one who knows their inheritance is on the way. When the inner voice and the outer voice agree, when your faith and your conversation shake hands, then the walls of Jericho fall down. Then the way opens. Do not be a double-minded person. Do not cancel your morning prayer with your evening complaint. Make your world correspond to your word. Speak of the best. Expect the best. Prepare for the best. And surely, as the sun rises, the best must come to you. We must now speak of the silent listener. You are never alone. Walking beside you, living within you, breathing through you, is a power of tremendous magnitude. It is the subconscious mind. And you must understand, this power acts like a faithful servant. But it is a servant with a strange limitation. It has absolutely no sense of humor. It does not know when you are joking. It does not know when you are merely complaining to pass the time. It only knows orders. Imagine, if you will, a great ship at sea. You are the captain, standing on the bridge. Your subconscious mind is the crew down in the engine room. The crew cannot see the ocean. They cannot see the storm or the sunshine. They simply wait for the bell to ring. When you say, "I am sick and tired of this job," you are ringing the bell. You are sending a command down to the engine room. And what does the crew do? They do not ask, "Does the captain really mean that?" No, they say, "The captain demands to be sick, and the captain demands to be tired. We must obey immediately." And so, the body begins to droop. The energy fades. The illness comes. And you wonder, why has this happened to me? It happened because you ordered it. People play with their words, like children playing with fire. I hear people say terrible things with a smile on their face. They say, "I am dying to go to that party." Or, "This weather is killing me." Or, "I always have bad luck." Stop! You must stop this right now. Your subconscious mind takes a snapshot of that sentence. It does not hear the laughter in your voice. It only hears the decree, ding, killing, bad luck. And because it is a faithful servant, it rushes to make that your reality. It arranges your life to prove you right. It is a recording machine of the highest sensitivity. Every word you speak is impressed upon the sensitive plate of your mind. If you record a song of sorrow, the machine cannot play back a song of joy. This is why the rich man, who jokes about being penniless, soon finds his bank account empty. This is why the healthy woman, who constantly talks about her fear of disease, soon finds herself in the hospital. They have given the wrong orders to the great power within. You must treat your subconscious mind with the respect you would give to a powerful king. You would not walk up to a king and joke about your own destruction. So, you must train yourself. You must become a drill sergeant to your own thoughts. When you catch yourself about to make a negative remark, about to make a joke about being broke, bite your tongue, swallow the words. Do not let them vibrate into the air. Instead, issue a new command. Stand tall on the bridge of your ship and ring the bell for freedom. Ring the bell for plenty. Say to your subconscious, I am wide awake to my good. I am filled with the energy of the infinite. I have a large income, and it is increasing now. Give the servant something glorious to work on. Give the engine room a destination of success. Whatever you impress upon the subconscious with feeling and conviction, it must express. That is the law. It acts blindly, it acts swiftly, and it acts literally. So, make sure your orders are orders of life. We must now address the giant in the room, the giant called fear. There is a spiritual battle that rages in the mind of every person who desires wealth. It is the battle between the limited view of the eyes and the limitless view of the spirit. To speak like a millionaire, you must understand one thing clearly. True wealth does not begin with money in the bank. True wealth begins with a state of fearlessness. Most people live their lives reacting to appearances. They look at the economy and they tremble. They look at their bank balance, and if the number is low, they freeze. They let the external world dictate their internal peace. They are slaves to what they can see. But the student of truth, the one who holds the key to the kingdom, knows better. They know that fear is actually a form of inverted faith. Think about that. When you fear, you are using your imagination to build a picture of disaster. You are having faith that something bad is going to happen. You are believing in failure more than you believe in success. You must stop using your high-powered machinery in reverse. To speak with the voice of abundance, you must have faith. But what is faith? It is not a passive wish. It is not hoping for the best. No, faith is a stand. It is a refusal to be moved by the evidence of the senses. When the bill arrives, and you do not see the money to pay it, that is your moment of testing. That is your initiation. The person of fear says, "Oh no, what shall I do? Ruin is upon me." But the person of faith looks that bill in the eye and speaks to the invisible. They say, I have a rich Father. The infinite supply cannot be exhausted. I know that my good is on its way and it arrives on time. You see, the supply is invisible, but it is real. It is like the electricity in the walls. You do not see the current until you flip the switch. Your faith is the finger that flips the switch. If you wait to see the money before you believe you are rich, you will wait forever. You must believe it first. This requires spiritual audacity. You must be bold. You must have the nerve to claim your prosperity right in the face of lack. Imagine you are walking across a high bridge. Below you is the dark, rushing water of debt or lack or worry. If you look down, if you focus on the fear, you will get dizzy. You might fall. Faith means keeping your eyes locked on the other side. You speak only of the destination. You must say, God is my supply, and God is never late. You must say, I am one with the treasury of the universe. When you speak these words of faith, you are building a bridge over the chasm. The fear may try to whisper to you. It may try to tell you, you are being foolish. But you must treat fear like an unwelcome intruder. Do not give it a chair. Do not offer it a drink. Show it the door. Replace every fearful thought with a dynamic word of courage. When the world says panic, you say peace. When the world says recession, you say expansion. When the world says impossible, you say God's ways are ingenious. This is how the millionaire mind works. It does not deny that the problem exists, but it denies the problem the power to hurt you. It transcends the problem through the elevator of faith. So, check your words today. Are they trembling, or are they triumphant? Cast your burden upon the infinite. Let go of the clutch of anxiety. Speak as if the battle is already won. For according to your faith, and according to your spoken word, so shall it be done unto you. We turn to the most powerful instrument in the toolbox of the millionaire mind. It is the golden key that unlocks the heaviest doors. It is the law of gratitude. But I do not mean a polite thank you when someone hands you a gift. That is merely manners. I am speaking of a spiritual force, so mighty it can change the very chemistry of your life. You must understand, is a magnet. Everything in this universe is vibration. Money is a vibration. Success is a vibration. And the highest, the purest, the most magnetic vibration of all is joyful thanksgiving. Many people block their own supply because they live in a state of resentment. They resent the landlord. They resent the tax man. They resent the price of food. When they open their wallet, they do so with a heavy heart. They cling to every penny, and they say goodbye to it, as if they were losing a friend. This is a fatal error. When you spend money with resentment, you are putting a stop to the flow. You are telling the universe, there is not enough, and I am afraid. You are clamping down on the hose of abundance. To speak like a millionaire, you must reverse this habit entirely. You must learn the art of blessing your money. When you pay a bill,
Do not sigh. Do not complain.
instead, feel a rush of gratitude that you have the ability to pay it. Say to the money as it leaves your hand, I bless you, and I send you out to do good work. Go and return to me 1,000-fold. You must become an alchemist. You must take the leaden weight of debt and transmute it into the gold of freedom through the power of praise. There is an old saying, what you appreciate, appreciates. This is literally true. If you praise your supply will grow. If you curse your lack will grow. It is the law of increase. But here is the secret that only the masters know. You must be grateful before the ship comes in. Anyone can be happy after they win the lottery. That requires no power, but to stand in the midst of an empty room and to say, I give thanks for the furniture that is on its way. That is the move of a master. This form of gratitude is the highest form of faith. It signals to the invisible substance that you believe it is done. You are preparing the table for the feast that has not yet been served, and the universe, which loves a believer, rushes to fulfill that gratitude. It cannot fail. So, change your conversation today. Instead of talking about what is missing, talk about what is coming. Wake up in the morning, and before your feet touch the floor, say, I give thanks for the wonders of this day. I give thanks for the unexpected checks in the mail. I give thanks for the golden opportunities that are seeking me out. Do not wait for the evidence. Be the evidence. Let your voice ring out with the sound of thanksgiving. Make your heart a receiving station. When you are truly grateful, you are wide open. You are a channel free of obstruction. So, oil the machinery of your life with the oil of praise. If you are grateful for a little, you will soon be given much. That is the promise, and that is the law. We have arrived at a critical junction. We must perform a surgery on your vocabulary. There is a disease that plagues the minds of men and women. It is not a disease of the body, but a disease of the tongue. It is the addiction to poor talk. You know these phrases well. They are the comfortable old shoes that you wear around the house. You say, I can't afford it. You say, that is too rich for my blood. You say, money goes out faster than it comes in. Listen to me closely. You must take these phrases, and you must cast them into the fire.
You must burn the dictionary of lack.
When you say, I cannot afford this, you are doing something terrible to your spirit. You are admitting defeat. You are telling your subconscious mind that you are limited, that you are dependent, and that you are cut off from the source. And the subconscious which is the great listener, records this confession. It says, very well. The master says he cannot afford it, so I must ensure that no new opportunities arise to prove him wrong. You are literally talking yourself
out of your inheritance.
I see people standing in front of shop windows, looking at a fine coat or a beautiful piece of furniture, and they shake their heads and sigh.
Oh, I could never buy that. Do not say that.
Never, never let those words cross your lips. Even if you do not have a single dime in your pocket, you must not confess poverty. Instead, look at the object and say silently to yourself, I salute the divinity in that coat. It is for sale, and I have the right to be rich. If it is mine by divine right, it will come to me. My supply is unlimited. Do you feel the difference? One statement closes the door and locks it tight. The other statement keeps the door wide open for the universe to walk through. You must stop acting like a poor relation to the universe. You are not a beggar, hoping for a crumb. You are a prince. You are a princess who has temporarily forgotten where the treasury is hidden. But you will never find the treasury if you keep speaking the language of the pauper. And you must watch who you speak with. There is nothing more dangerous than a group of people sitting around and complaining about the high cost of living. It is a contagious fever. One person complains about the rent, the next complains about the groceries, and soon, the whole room is filled with a thick fog of lack. Do you want to be a millionaire?
Then do not join that conversation.
If you hear it, excuse yourself, walk away, or better yet, stay silent and affirm the truth within your heart. Say to yourself, God is my provider, and God's prices are always right. I am amply provided for. You must audit your speech, like a strict accountant. Every time you catch yourself saying, I'm broke, I'm short, or I'm struggling, you must stop.
Cancel that word immediately.
Replace it with, I am expanding. Replace it with, I am meeting every obligation with dignity and grace. It requires discipline, yes. It is easier to complain. It is lazy to complain, but the millionaire spirit is not lazy. You must choose. Do you want the luxury of complaining, or do you want the luxury of wealth? You cannot have both. So, cleanse your mouth. Let no word escape that you would not want to see materialized in your life. Speak only of opulence. Speak only of flow, and soon, your wallet will match the richness of your words. We must speak of the price you must pay for your freedom. There is an old saying that eternal vigilance is the price of liberty, and I tell you today that eternal vigilance is the price of wealth. Many students of truth make a fatal mistake. They practice their affirmations in the morning while they are calm. They say, I am successful, I am prosperous. But then, they go out into the world. They get distracted. They let down their guard. And in that moment of carelessness, the enemy sneaks in. You must understand that your mind is a castle. It is a fortress of power. But a fortress is only as strong as the guard at the gate. If you leave the gate wide open, thieves and vandals will walk right in and steal your treasures. These thieves are the negative words. They are the doubts. They are the sarcastic comments. They are the idle gossip. You must post a sentinel
at the door of your mouth.
You cannot be a part-time positive thinker. You cannot build a skyscraper during the day and then blow up the foundation at night. But that is exactly what you do. When you are not vigilant, you spend 10 minutes praying for money, and then you spend 10 hours worrying about money. Which side do you think will win? The worry
has the majority vote.
You must become a hunter. You must hunt down every thought and every word that does not serve your plan. When a thought comes to you that says, this is hopeless, or I am too old, or it is too late, you must shout, help. You must challenge that thought, like a sentry challenging a stranger in the night. Who goes there? You must ask. Do you bring me good news or bad news? If the thought brings bad news,
Do not let it pass.
Do not speak it.
arrest it immediately and throw it out of your mind. You have the power to do this. You are the master of the house. This vigilance must extend to your social life as well. This is the hardest part, but it is necessary. When you are with friends, and they begin to weave a web of complaints, do not get caught in the sticky threads. They may talk of sickness, or failure, or how the world is going to ruin. You must not nod your head in agreement. You must not add your own story of woe, just to fit in. If you agree with their lack, you accept their lack, you sign the contract, to share in their misfortune. So, what must you do? You must sit tight. You must seal your lips. In your mind, you must be roaring the truth. While they speak of poverty, you must be silently affirming, a God is the source of all supply. Protect your ears, and protect your tongue. Remember, the universe does not sleep. The law of mind, it does not take a lunch break. It is recording always. Every idle word is a seed. Do not plant weeds in your own garden, simply because you were not paying attention. It requires effort. Yes, it requires you to be wide awake in a world of sleepwalkers. But the reward is a life where you are in control. The reward is a wallet that never stays empty. So, stand guard. Be the watchman on the wall. Let no word escape your lips that you would not want to see. Standing in your living room, tomorrow morning. Finally, we arrive at the method. We arrive at the royal decree. It is not enough to simply guard against negative words. You must do more than defend the castle.
You must go on the offensive.
You must take up the sword of the affirmation. There is a promise written in the scriptures of the ages that says, "Thou shalt decree a thing, and it shall be established unto thee." Do you hear that word, decree? It does not say, "Thou shalt hope for a thing." It does not say, "Thou shalt beg for a thing." No, it says you must command it into existence. Many people are afraid to make a demand upon the universal supply. They feel they are not worthy. They feel they must be humble. But I tell you, true humility is trusting the law enough to use it. To speak like a millionaire, you must have a set of affirmations that you carry with you like a shield. These are not empty sentences. They are statements of truth that you hurl into the face of doubt. When the world tells you there is no way, you must have a word ready. You must say, "I have a wonderful business, in a wonderful way, and I give wonderful service for wonderful pay." When you say this, you are cutting a groove in the ether. You are building a track for the train of your wealth to arrive. But listen closely. You cannot mumble these words. You cannot say them while looking at your shoes, wondering if they will work. You must speak them with the conviction of a judge handing down a verdict. You must say, "I cast this burden of debt on the Christ within,
And I go free to be rich."
You must say, "My supply is endless, inexhaustible, and immediate. It comes to me, under grace, in perfect ways." Do you feel the power in that? Under grace means you do not have to struggle for it. It means you do not have to steal it. It means it is yours by divine right. The subconscious mind is often filled with old, rusty records of failure. It plays the same sad song over and over again. The only way to smash that record
Is to record a louder song over it.
you must affirm your abundance in the morning. You must affirm it at noon, and you must affirm it when you lay your head down at night. If you are worried about money, you must drown out the worry with a flood of affirmations. Say to the unexpected bill, "God is my supply, and God is never too late." Say to the empty wallet, "I bless you, and I see you filled with the currency of the realm." You are the magician. Your word is your wand. But a wand is useless if it sits in a drawer.
You must wave it. You must speak.
Do not look at the closed door. Look at the word that opens the door. When you affirm, you are claiming your citizenship in the kingdom of success. You are notifying the universe that you are ready to receive. So write down your decrees. Make them bold. Make them daring. Do not ask for a penny when the universe wants to give you a kingdom. Speak to the north. Speak to the south. Speak to the east and west.
Call in your prosperity.
Say, I now draw from the universal substance. With the irresistible power of my word, my good now flows to me in a steady, unbroken, and ever-increasing stream of happiness. This is how you speak like a millionaire. This is how you turn the air into my friends, the power has been in your hands all along. You have been looking outside for the treasure, but the key to the treasure was resting on your tongue. Your word is your wallet. Every day, you are filling it, or you are emptying it. Starting this very moment, I want you to make a solemn vow. Vow to be the guardian of your speech. Vow to speak only of victory. Vow to speak only of plenty. The past is a burnt-out bridge. Do not look back at it. Look forward. Your future is waiting for your command. Go forth and speak your world into wonder. Go forth and speak your way to wealth. If this message has stirred the spirit within you, if you feel the truth of these words vibrating in your soul, do not let the moment pass. Please, give this video a like to send a signal of gratitude to the universe. Subscribe to our channel, Scovel Spirit Daily, and join this community of modern mystics. We are building a sanctuary here for those who know the power of the word. And tell me in the comments below. Simply write your decree for today. Write, my word is my wand, and my wallet is full. I will see you in the light of your success.